November was the start of my long path journey. I met Hunter in the morning to join me on this trip. Section 1 of the long path starts in the Washington Heights in New York City. I think technically it starts at the 175th Street subway station, but it really doesn't matter where you start since your immediate objective is to get onto the George Washington Bridge bike path. The entrance to the bike path is on the 178th Street west of Fort Washington Avenue. If it's a Saturday and you get confused, just keep your eyes open for some cyclists, since some will inevitably be making their way over the bridge. Once we were on the bridge, we had to hug the side of the path since it's narrow and there is a steady stream of bike traffic going in both directions. Many of the cyclists are also very motivated, so it's best to give them as much space as practical. The bridge is about a mile long, I think. Forgot to turn on my watch until we were about a third of the way there. We grabbed a few views looking south in Manhattan and continued to make our way over the bridge. Once you get over the GW, we kept following the path until we saw the Hudson Terrace underpass, and then took a right. After the underpass, normally it looks like the trail continues up a staircase onto the upper section of Fort Lee Park. However, because of construction, we had to take a detour along Hudson Terrace. Once we got past the detour, we were finally able to get our feet on some dirt and began to walk along the trail. For most of this section, you are following the Palisades Parkway. The sounds of cars are always just overhead, but the scenery is actually very beautiful. We did this trail in late fall, so there were plenty of trees with their leaves turning. While this is one of the longer sections of the entire long path, the trail is flat the majority of the time, so you make a good pace. Along the way, we passed numerous other day hikers. While I had a trail map on my phone, in some areas I kind of missed the green tags. We kept up our pace and took several opportunities of the view of the lower Hudson along the way. The trail stays on top of the cliffs most of the way, so there are plenty of great views. Once we started to get towards the State Line Lookout Park, the terrain finally started to change. There was one small section of a fairly steep incline to make it towards the park. Once we got to the park, we skirted along the parking lot and kept following the trail north. After the parking lot, the trail starts to come down off the cliffside. Hunter and I took care not to take a spill on the way down. Didn't want to end our hike on a bad note. The last part of Section 1 cuts back towards the Columbia University Observatory and ends right at the New Jersey-New York state line. However, since Hunter and I were getting a pickup, we kept on the trail into Palisades Parkway to have a more convenient exit. It wound up giving us about an extra mile. Overall, this is a long but easy section and a great way to spend a morning and afternoon outdoors. Watch logged 14.53 miles, covering 5 hours, 11 minutes, and 12 seconds, with an average speed of 2.8 miles an hour, total elevation gain 1,833 feet. Section 1 is done.
Did it. Farmers Market, you want to go?